What's up guys, it's Adrian. Today I'm going to be showing you the steps I take to predict first block in inspection. So the idea behind all the steps is, so first I trace CSP, so then I'll figure out my solution, and then I'll kind of figure out, my solution, and then I'll like choose a block that I think would go well with it, and I'll go into how I choose my first block in more detail later. But for example here, I didn't actually trace this, but if the solution was going to be like that to scallop kite, then I guess this green block would be good because it's paired up and it will stay paired up after cube shape. Right, so after I found my solution, and I've chosen my block, I'll start tracking the pieces of that block. So for example, if I'm doing green, I'll track where these pieces go and this piece goes until I hit a 3 slicer. So if I get a cube shape that's more than 3 slices, I'll trace the moves. I'll trace the pieces where they move until I get to a 3 slicer. If I get a 3 slicer, then that's all good. We go to the next step. And if I get less than 3 slices, then I just track the pieces. So super easy. So for example here, 2 slices to scallop kite, like that. And then the next step is, so I'll have memorized, I'll memorize where each piece moves at each 3 slicer. So I know for scallop kite, these pieces will go back here, this piece will go here, after I've done the cube shape. So, and then 1 slice for the first block. So the first step was tracing CSP, and that's not interesting because it's not really like Lin related. But so the first interesting step is choosing the first block. So there's a lot of different ways. Like if you're block neutral, then you take completely different strategies to if you did like fixed block. So if I was doing fixed block, I'd just choose like green, or maybe flip it over and then do blue, or flip it over like this and do blue, which would give the block on the left. But if you're block neutral, which I like, it's hard to say where I am. I'm kind of not sure what I'm doing, but I'm willing to do random blocks. So if I was doing that, I'd look for maybe corners that end up like in the front right, or front left or back left, because they're easy to make work. So like this one, after the shield square, it'll just stay here, and then I'll be able to make the first block easily. That's red. And then I don't know, if I had another case, let's just give us a random scramble. Like here, I know orange will end up in the back. This orange corner will end up in the back left, and then and then this orange edge will end up in the front, and then this orange corner will end up in the back, back right on top. So it won't be a too bad first block. I could try that. Also, I know this kind of pattern when with shield square, not shield square, with shield. If this edge is here and this corner is here, then they'll end up being paired up. So maybe blue would be better. It doesn't matter too much which block you choose, but actually, like, if you have a choice on which blocks to do, it's often better to do the one that with the color on the left. So I'd probably end up doing blue. This corner's here, these two are paired, 1 slice first block. So yeah, this step is like a little bit less relevant. You can choose a block however you want, or just do the block on the left, but yeah. As for tracking the pieces as they move, I think this is the most difficult step, because it's like hard to plan for each case. Well, you can't. There's too many cases to go through. I mean, you could go through every case and trace and like learn the exact scheme, but I think that's too difficult. So you kind of have to be able to visualize the cube really well. So if, for example here, if I was doing, I'm choosing orange because I can already see the entire first block. But so for example, the solution would be 2 slices to scallop kite, where I pair this up to here and then do another slice to make scallop kite. So the first slice, I'm doing orange. First slice leaves this corner here, and this corner will go down to like here. The edge will end up over here. And I know it's gonna leave I think like the laser gun shape on top. I don't know what it's called. 1-1-4, which will make a line that you have to bring down for the scallop kite. I'll show you what I mean. And the other thing I guess that I know is the 2 slices that I have to do. It's involves just doing a slice and then -1 slice. And if you're watching this corner, that means it actually like doesn't really move. So I know from here this corner kind of stays like there, and the edge will be on the end bit of the scallop when you slice down the line. The corner will be the second corner from the edge of the scallop. So I know where, the second corner will go after the scallop kite, and this corner will like stay to the left of these 2 edges. Get the scallop kite, and then second corner, well, yeah, this will be the next step that I go over. So for learning the schemes of all the 3 slices, what I mean by that is learning where each of the pieces move after the 3 slicer. So you can just like look at this piece and know it'll move down here, and look at this piece and know it'll go over here. So not all 3 slices are equal, because some are just like bad and you never set up to them from any other shape, like this one. Muffin. You never set up to this case, pretty much. So I do not know the scheme for that case, because I never really use it. But then for some other cases, like scallop kite, you need to know, like, the front angle, back angle, and also upside down, and upside down the other way. And same goes for like shield square, scallop kite, this angle, and front angle. Scallop, shields. I know front angle and back angle. What else am I missing? Muffin. Not muffin, paw. This one, this angle, back angle, this back angle. Well, I don't know this back angle. I only know 3 angles for paw and scallop kite, but really I think I should learn the 4th as well because it's useful for when you get cases in different angles. Otherwise you'll have to start you're gonna start like making yourself do worse cube shape solutions so that you end up with a 3 slicer that you know how to trace, and that's not really a good idea. I'm trying to think if there are any more that I missed. Any 3 slices? I don't know, but that's probably all of them. So to learn the schemes, what I usually do is reverse the solution of all of the scrambles. Like this is the reverse of scallop kite. So when I do scallop kite, the cube ends up solved. And what you can do with this is just, it's really easy to see how pieces move. And also crucially, it shows you which blocks are preserved. So if you look at all of the different colored, like the yellow and the black blocks, we see all of this shape is preserved. These all stay together, this stays together, this stays together, and this big line stays together. You also know this one comes down to connect with here. The blue connects and then you finish off. And also things like this corner ends up back here. So if this corner is matching with this block, then that pairs it up. And then, you know, you can just watch where they go. Edge goes down to down here. This one goes up there. This one goes, where does that go? That one stays in front. This one goes at the back. This one goes down. This one just goes straight up and stays with the corner. Yeah, all the stuff like that. And another example, scallop, scallop. This block's preserved. This block's preserved. This block's preserved. This block's preserved. So yeah, plenty of blocks on scallop, scallop. And also, like shield square, this block's preserved, this block's preserved. This entire massive line is preserved, and this line as well is preserved. And this one goes up to the top. And this one stays on the bottom because it's 2 gen. So yeah, that's nice. And all that jazz. So go through all the 3 slice cases that are useful and see where the pieces moved. Big block, block preserved, block preserved. So that's pretty much all the steps. So I'll go through an example solution. Okay, so we have this diamond shape and then opposite line. Oh, line. I need to sneeze. So I trace. So it's odd, so I'll be making scallop kite in the... I'm forgetting how to do this cube shape on the spot. I'll be making the scallop kite in the back, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this is kind of tricky. But I'm trying to choose a block now. I think red is not a bad option. No, it is a pretty bad option. This is really difficult, especially behind the camera. Often when it's difficult for me to choose a block, I decide to just go with the color on the left because it's easier to decide, and it helps because of the final alg. It'll give you less ADF. Right. Yeah, this is really tricky. So I'll do the first slice up to here, which brings this down to this corner over to here, because I'm doing blue. And what that'll do is it'll make 1, 2, 3 corners, which will come up to the top and make the 3 corners over here on the scallop. And so this corner will be next to the scallop, then there'll be a random corner, and then there'll be the other blue corner as the 3rd corner on the scallop. As for the edge, it'll end up being the edge on the right and the pair on the kite. So this is all really complicated, but 2 slices. yeah, so edge, first blue edge, second blue edge, which is the third corner, and then this is on the right on the pair, and this, and after this, at this 3 slicer, this edge goes down to, this corner goes down to here in the back, this corner comes to here in the front, this corner comes to here on the right on top, and yeah, that means the corners will be paired up here and the edge will be up here, so I can do an M2. Hold on. Wait, no, I'm wrong. The edges are the corners are gonna be facing the like opposite directions, so I won't be able to just do an M2. It's just gonna be a bad block. So pretty big roller coaster, but that's how I predict first block.